Good afternoon, people.
Hey, people.
It is Empress Jackrabbit,
Tori Boo 151.
and it's Table Talk.
Table Talk.
Table Talk. Table Talk. Okay, so it is April 28th, 2015, Tuesday afternoon. And we wanted to share some of the stories and things that are going on with you, of course. Now, if you like the video, please do not hesitate to thumbs up, comment. And I said this on another video if you haven't listened to it. I have gotten a lot of great comments. And I love that, the questions or the suggestions and things like that.
Yeah.
Subscribe for sure. We would love that.
Yeah.
Subscribers. That would be wonderful.
Definitely.
Okay, guys. So let's first start with Baltimore. We know in Baltimore, Maryland, that town is being ripped to shreds. So generally what happened was a gentleman named Freddie Gray was arrested, handcuffed. While he was on the ground, the police bent his legs wrong. They bent him up on his back wrong. They ended up breaking his spine in 3 places, including his neck. And something happened to the throat as well. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry. But they ended up throwing him in the back of a paddy wagon. Now, instead of taking him immediately to the hospital, they made a few different stops along the way. They never seat belted him or belted him into the vehicle. And even when they were putting him in the back of the paddy wagon, you could see they were dragging him where his legs was just literally dragging. And obviously, they had got injured. He was moaning and groaning, and they did not attempt to make any kind of help. Well, a few days later, after his arrest, he passed away from his injuries. And this has really erupted the town. The police commissioner has spoken out and said that there were at least 3 occasions that he should have had his injuries addressed and been treated for his injuries, but he was not. The union for the police are coming out and saying, well, the police commissioner is speaking out of turn, and he should not be saying that. And he's the one that says we should be slow to look into it. But when somebody loses their life at the hands of police, you cannot be slow to look at it. It's already been videotaped, so everyone sees what's going on. So what's happening in the town? They want to say it's a protest, but it has deteriorated into a loot fest. Mm-hmm. People are looting stores. A CVS got set on fire. You've got gang members that come together in order to take charge or take over the police. There's rioting, breaking videos. Police have gotten injured. Citizens have gotten injured. And I do have to say, and DJ Academics mentioned this too in his video, how in Ferguson there were protests, but they seem to be more organized. There was a real cry of desperation. We have enough. Mm-hmm. And this seems on a different level, like harsher, and we're not taking it anymore. You've got all kinds of media there, doing their World Star hip hop thing, promoting it, making it bigger. And people do tend to clown more when the cameras are on. So it's a city that is completely in unrest. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they are going to do. I don't know if any of our community leaders have come out and spoken. I haven't heard of anybody. Obama said some things, but Obama said some things. And not that I don't like Obama, and not that I didn't vote for him, but we had a chance to really be guided in the right direction through Obama. And he was more concerned about keeping his political connections to me than he was with helping the general people. That's just my own opinion. But anyway, that's what's going on. Please put your prayers in Baltimore to protect people. I know they weren't having flights coming in and out. They were canceling shows and things like that. So let's keep our eye and our hearts and our prayers on Baltimore.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we have in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a step-grandmother that steals her Sorry, people. We have a step grandmother that steals her daughter's 50K trust fund and spends it on various unreasonable things. She was in Walmart and wig shopping and alcohol. I
Yeah,
don't get
girl. What happened was the grandmother and the grandfather were married. The granddaddy was really the child's true relative. The grandmother was sort of a step grandmother. The granddaddy died. He left the granddaughter $50,000. Okay. Now when he died, the step grandmother and him had been divorced for quite a while.
Right.
All of a sudden, this grandmother does what a lot of people do in Milwaukee. They always scheming. She goes down to the probate courts and convinces them to make her the child's guardian.
Yeah.
And that way she will have the money come to her and give the money to the kid. Well, right away, the court ordered that almost $26,000 be put away and not touched for this girl, for college or what have you. And then, excuse me, the other portion would be used for the care of this girl. Well, baby, that mother used every drip drop, like she said, on wigs, alcohol, weed, excuse me, Walmart, Best Buy. They traced every penny that she had spent.
Mm-hmm. Tons of cash.
And in the midst of all this, the step grandmother married somebody else. And this dude is now in prison because he was sexually abusing the same 16-year-old girl who is now living in a shack on a mattress that's deflated on the floor and with no furniture, no nothing. The step grandmother has spent every penny. And now the court had arrested her and charging her with embezzlement and fraud. And she had lied to the courts in terms of how close the relationship was between her and this girl. So they've got her on a number of charges. I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that happened. I don't think the girl's going to ever see that money again.
No.
But she might be blessed by some do-gooder or some other way.
Definitely.
So that's pathetic.
It's absolutely absurd. I mean, Milwaukee's so full of scheming and dreaming and then why is it on the young kids?
Mm-hmm.
Do that with somebody that plays the game.
Right.
So we have a shooter of a van driver of the nephew.
This is the one that we talked about. Remember, the van was driving down the street in Milwaukee, and a 2-year-old ran out in front of it and got hit by the van and unfortunately died.
Yep.
The driver, Brown, got out to see about the child and all of that and waiting for the police to come. In the meantime, the little boy's brother came out to see about him. Oh, my God, what happened to my brother? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, this Ricky Childs, who is the uncle to the 14-year-old older brother and the little nephew, drives up on the situation, reaches in his glove compartment, gets a gun out, and shoots Brown, the driver of the van, and accidentally shoots his other 14-year-old nephew. So we were just shocked at the violence. And as it turned out, Ricky went down into the Chicago area, got a motel room, and blew his doggone brains out.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, they had a funeral for the 2-year-old, the 14-year-old brother who Ricky shot accidentally, and Ricky himself.
Yeah.
So the family can heal and because that's all you can do in a situation like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all you can do is just heal. You're not going to get any questions answered at this point.
You're really not. And that's all you can do. Ricky had been doing time and all of that. And he was troubled, I guess, anyways. And maybe he felt like enough is enough. But gun violence isn't the way to handle it.
No, not at all. Okay, so...
I'm sorry, guys. I'm tripping.
Okay, so we hear Monica's on the Sway Show, and she has the emails about her being blackballed, and Lee Daniels supposedly or allegedly was emailing her back and forth on that. And she has the receipts, and she brings it to Sway.
Yeah, baby. It was finally Monique felt that people were looking at her sideways. Like she's crazy. Okay, Lee Daniels hired you to play Cookie or wanted you to play Cookie. he's going on shows and like CNN with Don Lemon and different entertainment shows saying that didn't happen.
Right.
And then the one that got her the most was his partner, Danny Strong, who actually came on Sway in the Morning and said, never happened. We never had any conversations with her with Empire. And baby, she came down with the email. Sway put them in order by the date where she was invited to the role. They still, because it's TV, they want to do a screen test on her. They were trying to give her an estimated date. I think it was in February of last year. And would this date work for her? And the next one, we're going to do this and that. And please make sure that she's coming. We just need to have her do this. And then it was a little bit after that, she got an email that the studio decided to go with, or Mr. Daniels or whoever decided to go with Taraji P. Henson and thanked Monique for her talent. And, we know she would have did well or whatever. So that goes to show you, first of all, don't lie. Just tell the truth, because he never told that truth. That's number one. Number two, his partner, since he didn't know anything about it, he should have stayed out of it.
Really? Because he's adding to your foolery. Now, both of y'all are looking like fools because she has receipts showing that, yes, she was up for the role.
Right. Now, did Lee Daniels respond? Of course not.
Right.
Of course not. Maybe he thinks people don't care whatever, but some of us do care about the truth.
Right.
Did Monique need to come up with the emails and stuff? Not really. I believed her when she said it. Why would she say it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because she could got sued for that.
Exactly.
But at least for her sake, the emails from the person that was an assistant to Lee Daniels, like it was a lady, I can't think of her name, Julia or something. Anyways, it was all true. It was all verified. And Lee Daniels, you'd make a good show, but you're a bad liar.
Yeah.
So
we're seeing on the news, it's getting more steady that these female teachers are sexually assaulting their students, their male students.
Yeah, they're trying to do a crackdown in a lot of states, and I hope federally, for these teachers that are molesting kids. It's getting to be in the hundreds, and that'll quickly go into the thousands. We heard about one teacher in Michigan here who had how many boys was she messing with? Six children. Okay. And I call them children. Okay. They were 15, 14, 16-year-old messing with them. Some people are being caught and given years, 15, 20 years for their behavior. But they're actually engaging in relationships. Now, in some states, there is a certain age of consent.
Right.
Like I know in Milwaukee, if you're 17 plus, you're like 17 and a half, 17 and 8 or 9 months, that's good. Do you? However, when you're 14 or 15, no. And even when you're 16 and 17, as an educator, we have a vow that we take every time you put in an application. They always run a state background check and a federal. There is a federal system where they run your social through to see if you've had any issues with child abuse or on any sex abuse list. And of course, we have to swear to it that we haven't been messed with children in any kind of way. But inside of us, there should be in people this vow, this honor, this compelling, I would never inside of them.
Yeah. You would think that they would think twice before touching their students. It's been many a times that I've seen my mother have young boys that maybe have crushes, or maybe they're just being polite, and they want to hug her, and she's like, side hug.
Let me make this clear. Cool. It's not a lot of boys. There are little boys, and I don't hug up on them. They might try to grab me from the side, and I'll get on back, quit that mess.
Right.
And no, I don't. I handle children. No. I don't hug them up with the best intention, because you might have a clean heart, but her, just like just now, her looking at it is going to explain it to you in such a way that it's not going to look right. I don't handle children, little bitty boys and girls. Mm-hmm. Perhaps if that's what they need, but I don't go in the classroom seeking that type of relationship out.
Nope.
I am their teacher at the end of the day. And sometimes I have to be the nurse or the doctor or the psychiatrist or the disciplinarian or the parent or the granny or what have you, but not the lover, the girlfriend, and all of that. That is, or the boyfriend. That's ridiculous. And the number of women is just increasing like crazy. And you would think that women would never desire to do such a thing.
You wouldn't. It doesn't make sense to me as to why they feel that that's okay.
Keep your fucking hands off the kids.
Really.
Plain and simple.
Man or woman, doesn't matter. Okay. Me and Jack Rabbit were very confused on why they called Sandra Bullock 2015's best looking woman, sexiest woman in the world.
In the world?
No.
Is this the tall, skinny chick with the nose, the big nose, and the stringy hair? No. You know what? There are so many beautiful women. This is People magazine. That I don't care who wrote it, who published or whatnot, but you are not going to feed that bullshit to me.
No.
I have seen this lady making movies from years ago up until the current, and I've never found her attractive looking. She's just average. I don't care who you are, man or woman, be honest. She's just average. If you okay with average and you like that, that's great.
Yeah.
But the most beautiful women in the world? No. You got Asian countries and African countries and Middle Eastern countries and European or Eastern and Western European countries. You got Canada, you got Mexico, you got the U.S. And out of everybody in the world, right?
There is no sexiest man or woman in the world at all.
Right. That's exactly how I feel. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. There is not one person because, first of all, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm the one looking at you, and I'm going to determine for me what I feel is attractive and appealing.
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we think Sandra Bullock doesn't look that good doesn't mean the next person might not think she's sexy too.
Right. So please don't be lambs. Laugh that shit off because that was a hilarious joke. I felt like, how dare they? But it's their magazine. They can put on there anything they want. But I bet you, they're not going to have me believing that bullshit.
No.
No. Bye. Next.
Really?
Bye, Felicia. Okay.
Really? So let's see. Utah mother has killed 6 newborn babies and bags them up and puts them in a shoebox. And the daughter finds the babies.
Girl. Yeah, and Utah's a Mormon country, so they don't do birth control and all that. But she had all these babies and was killing them at the crib, at the house, bagging them up and put them in shoe boxes. And I think she put them in the garage.
Yeah, somewhere.
And the
daughter found it.
Yeah, the daughter came upon them. They were going to move. And the daughter opened up and found these. Of course, she got arrested and she got numerous of years. And this is crazy to me because if she did that to one, maybe she cuckoo crazy. But if she got the clarity of mind to do this 6 times,
right? You knew what you were doing.
Bitch is a murderer.
Really?
Okay, plain and simple.
And I was confused as to why the family didn't detect the smell,
right?
Or I'm smelling death, or where's the children?
Or if they can't in their religion use birth control, he could have put a condom on. Okay, you don't have to just let it go inside of her.
Right.
There are other things you could do, or work on that pull-out game or something. But killing the children is not an option. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. I don't get why nobody was like, okay, where are my children?
And
when I'm coming home from work, I'm not hearing children.
That, or how does she disguise it? 6 different times with her stomach growing, or like you said, no odor, or people see a shoebox in the growing in the garage, and I wonder what's in here.
Right, where them shoes
I guess I'm nosy because I would have looked.
Right, I'm like, where them shoes you bought? Right. So you got all these boxes.
Right, you got any shoes for me in there? I'm going to want to know. I'm going to open up. I'm going to look. But she had to have some real crazy going on, or devious, manipulative, I don't know what. Right. They caught her. They convicted her. All of that. She'd never see the light of day, but that is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when there's so many people out here that want to have children.
Yeah, that's an honor to want to be a mother and to get pregnant. Why do you want to kill your children afterwards? If you feel like you're not fit to be a mother, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Girl, that's another Table Talk Tuesday for us. You guys, make sure to keep your eye on what's happening in Baltimore. There's more going on than the boring-ass RHOA reunion part 2 or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, R&B Divas. That shit is so played out. I can't even believe anybody with a thinking mind is still watching that. That means your thinking mind is on low simmer. I want to be on top of what's going on. Really? And that's the stuff that sucked the life out of me.
Yeah. You get to be in brain dead to what's going on around you. That's what you care about.
Because we even started reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it was like,
We're like, I can't do this no more.
Right. It was just too messy, and it was stuff just being made up, and it was just seemed like acting to me so fake.
Yeah.
And everybody thirsty for a storyline, and I just couldn't do it. And I will not be talking about or reviewing any of those things.
No.
So, you guys, take care.
See ya.
I think we're going to do that new. Do you want to do that new show? That
Prancing Elites.
Prancing Elites. Mm-hmm. We might do Prancing Elites. If you
it.
haven't heard about it, it's on Oxygen. I think it comes on actually tonight on Tuesday night.
No, Wednesdays.
Wednesday. Oh, right. It comes on Wednesday night.
We have double shows, Catfish and Prancing Elites.
Sure do. Well, good night, guys.
See ya.
Bye.